So let's resume our learning, and I'd like to learn in honor of the coming into the covenant of Avram Avinu of my first grandchild, Reb Binyamin Yisrael ben Isser Zev and Bat Yelea. And we're going to learn, we're continuing in Hilchos Chanukah, Halacha Gimel. We've started the introduction, we talked about the idea of the light, of the love of Da, to taste that, and we're going to continue with Ot Aleph. It says like this, V'zeh b'chinas Chanukah. This is the aspect of Chanukah, that its mitzvah, the main mitzvah, is to light the candle of Chanukah with oil. Ki b'mei Matizyahu gavra malchus Yavan haresha'a lamcha Yisrael ashkichan toratzecha lavidim mechal kol kevetzonecha. Because in the days of Matizyahu, the kingdom of Greece became strong, the evil kingdom, and to overcome Am Yisrael, to cause us to forget Torah and to cause us to transgress the laws of Hashem's desire. V'ratzu levatel et Yisrael mikol Torah. They wanted to nullify, to push Am Yisrael away from the entire Torah. The Hanes haya al yedei Kohen Gadol, and the miracle happened through the high priest. Because when the evil empire, when the evil kingdom, which is the in this case Greece, we've talked about, is the embodiment of the forces of evil, called the Sitra Achra, the other side, and when the evil overcomes a Jew, whether it's the nation of Am Yisrael or any particular Jew, and they overcome and they overwhelm a Jew to stop us from following to following Hashem's ways. Lasok b'Torah mitzvot, to busy ourselves with learning Torah, performing mitzvot. And they want to get rid of our ability to learn Torah and make us forget about it, make us go away from learning Torah, God forbid. And sometimes they really overcome in a very powerful way, God forbid. Until the power of good that is imbued in each Jew is so pushed down that the Jew has no idea. He thinks, I am so far away, there's no way I can return, there's no way I can ever hope to be a holy Jew, the holy kosher person ever again. Then the main tikkun, it comes through being attached to the holy tzaddik, the righteous person of the generation. And we've talked about this idea that in the past, that for those of us who grew up in the Western world, we have this very great aversion to any idea of Christianity, anything that sounds like there's a middleman, that we get through the middleman, we get to God. And it turns out this is a major and important Jewish belief, but we don't deify the tzaddik. However, the ability to come to Hashem is davka, specifically through the tzaddik. Because when a person merits to come close to the true tzaddik, when the tzaddik then deals with him and speaks to him and sees his actions and his character traits, then what happens is, because the tzaddik himself has already completely eliminated, completely purified himself, completely pushed down the evil and gotten it separated from him completely, because of that ability, what he's done for himself, by virtue of that, his power, when he talks with the person, when he speaks with the person, when he looks at the person, when he sees the character traits of that person, he's able to cause that the evil that has attached itself to this Jew can actually fall away and can actually be completely nullified. And then what happens is the evil falls away and the good becomes revealed, even if the person has fallen into the deepest depths of evil. God forbid. Because a tzaddik can build the Torah and can reveal the good that's in each and every person in the entire world. that the tzaddik has the ability to do this. That the tzaddik has the ability to actually cause to rebuild the Torah, the letters of the Torah. That each Jew has association with the letters of the Torah, and when he falls away, he kind of destroys the aspects of the Torah. But the tzaddik can actually rebuild those letters of the Torah to cause so that the Jew can be attached to these letters of the Torah and come to good. Even no matter how far he's fallen. This was the absolute. This is the main point of the miracle of Chanukah. That the evil kingdom of Greece, what they thought is that because they overcame us and they caused us to fall away from Torah and to cause us to fall away from doing the mitzvahs, specifically Shabbos and Rosh Chodesh and Bris. And today is a good time to talk about this because it's in honor of the Bris Milah of my grandson. That by causing them to fall away, the evil forces figured, okay, if they fell away now, they have no chance. There's no way they can come back. Because our main ability to exist in the world, our spiritual power, only comes through attachment to the Torah and the mitzvot. But then Hashem did an amazing thing. He gave us so much of His righteousness as His loving kindness. We didn't deserve it. But He sent us the great Matizyahu, the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, the Chaverav HaKohanim, and his compatriots, the sons, all the priests, the Kohanim, Shayu Giburei Koch, that they were amazing, powerful beings. V'gvurasam hayamina kedusha, and their power came from the side of holiness. Al yedei shezachu lizgaber al yitzram, because they had overcome all their evil, negative character traits. That through this they merited to be tremendously powerful people. They were extremely great tzaddikim. They were extremely great righteous people. And because they were powerful heroes, in the aspect of the powerful one, the Giborei Koach, the powerful ones with power, do Hashem's word, do His word. Which is discussed in the Torah teaching of 33 that we've discussed, where this teaching of Rav Nasson's is rooted from. Through this, that's how they merited the strength to push down, to push away, to defeat the evil kingdom. Because the evil fell away in front of them, and they were able to reveal the good. Dahainu Torah, which is Torah. Even at the time when Jews were fallen away from learning Torah and performing mitzvot, through the overwhelming powers of the forces of evil that had happened. Because the tzaddikim, the righteous people who are strong, it says in Pirkei about Ezu HaGibor, who is the powerful person, HaKovesh et Yitzur, the one who conquers his evil, his inclination to physicality, to lowly physical traits, human traits. And he overcomes them. And that's the one who's called the Gibor, because they were the Gibor, that they had done this. Because the tzaddikim yicholim livnot the Torah mikol davar, they can build the Torah from everything. Because what he does is he separates out and reveals the good, the aspect of the good that's manifesting in time, which is called Yemei Tov, the good days of good. He can cause the evil, the covering to fall away, and reveal that it really is all God. And so when he does this, what he's doing is revealing that there's the good within the days, even within the physicality, because the days, the existence in this physical world is a covering for God, and it's a constriction. Any manifestation of time, it's taught that when the more a person is connected to God, the less they experience time. Time is a cover of God, and nature is a covering of God, and it's a constriction because God is infinite light is constricted down into borders, boundaries of time, boundaries of place, boundaries of person. And these types of things are covering our awareness of God. So the tzaddikim have the ability to help that fall away so that we can perceive the good and the truth of Hashem's presence in each moment, even within the physical world. Because they conquered their inclinations. Then there's an additional influx of light from above when this happens. In other words, so everything's imbued with light, but it's covered. Right? So when the tzaddik comes along and is able to reveal the light, then the evil falls away, and what happens is the light that's really at the foundation of this evil shines, and it kind of hooks up with the light, as it were. Imagine this: you have a resonator, like a crystal, and then it's covered. But as soon as you uncover it, it meets with the light that's shining in it. It shines with this tremendous shining. That's the idea of what happens. So that when the Ra falls away, when the evil falls away and reveals the light there, then there's a tremendous influx of additional light, and there's a tremendous illumination that happens from this. Because in the beginning, these things in the physical world that were covered over, full of light but covered over, are not shining so much. And this is the aspect of what the Chanukah candle does. So when we light the Chanukah candles, starting this coming Motzei Shabbos, we're going to light the Chanukah candles, and ideally we do it below 10 tefachim, that's a tefach, and you want to make it so that the Chanukah candles is within that period of 10 of these measurements from the ground up, and that's the ideal place where we light the Chanukah candles, and that's the place where we illuminate the very low places, the places of darkness, the place where God's light is totally covered, and we illuminate with the Chanukah candles the light of Hashem in that place, and then we get a revelation of great light. That's why Chanukah is called Chag HaOrim, the festival of lights. ששם יש אחיזה החיצונים כי ידוע ועכשיו על ידי הכוח של הצדיקים גיבורי כוח, and now through the power of the tzaddikim, the powerful heroes, the one that do Hashem's word, they do Hashem's will, and they're embodied in Matisyahu Kohen Gadol and his sons. So this causes the falling away of the evil. Which was embodiment of the days of evil. A day that we do not have. A day without God is like a day without light. A day without God is called a Yemei Ra, is called a day of evil. Hainu achizas hachitzonim, which is the grasping of the external covering evil forces. V'niskale hatov, and then when they fall down, the good is revealed. Hainu Yemei Tov, which is the days of good. Gam lamata, also below. Then until we can reveal and build Torah and reveal light in each and every day. That's why the ideal place to light the Chanukah candle is outside. If you're here in Israel, you know that when you see the Chanukah candle, most people light it actually outside their door in the public domain. Whereas in Chutz La'aretz, and I bless us all that we should come home to be here in Eretz Yisrael together, but if we still live in Chutz La'aretz, oftentimes it's not able to light it outside because of things that we know that happen. So people can light it inside, either next to their window, or even if they don't have a window that faces the public domain, they do it in their table, and the revelation of the miracle before their family is considered enough of a relation. But ideally, the main thing what we do these lights is to reveal the miracle, to publicize the miracle, and we do this outside in the public domain. Because the public domain is the place where evil forces have their greatest power and hold sway. So now during Chanukah, during the aspect of when we attach ourselves to the story of Matisyahu and the Kohanim and the Chashmonaim, and we attach to that, and we too have this power. Through the power of the tzaddikim, we are able to also illuminate this light of God, to cause evil to fall away and to have a tremendous illumination through this. אבל עכשיו גם שם נתגלה אור התורה, כי רע היינו ימי רע נופל על ידי כוח הצדיקים, ונתגלה טוב, דהיינו התורה בכל מקום. And the light of good, which is the light of Torah, is revealed everywhere. ואזי נתוסף בו אור רב מלעילה. And therefore there's an additional influx of light from above. וזה בחינס אור הנרות של חנוכה. And this is the light of the candles of Chanukah. כי המדליק צריך להדליק עד שהד שלהבת עולה מעליה. Because you're actually supposed to continue to light the candle until the flame of light actually is coming up from the candle itself, and not just let it you can light a candle such that there's just a small little flame and then it comes up. We're actually supposed to keep the flame of our lighting there, whether using a shamash or the match with another candle. We're supposed to keep it there until the flame really is coming up from the Chanukah candle itself. כי כשמגלין אור התורה למטה יבונין עושינס התורה שהייתה מלובשת מסותרת במדור קליפos, because when you reveal light of the Torah in the world below, and you build and make the Torah, which was garmented and covered over in the dwelling of the evil forces, the husks, azai nitosef ba or rav milaela, because then there's an influx, a great influx of light from above. And this is why we have the aspect of Chanukah, the candles of Chanukah, we add to them and we go from 1 to 2 to 3, etc., always building more and more light. Because we go up in holiness. Because each time when the Torah is revealed even more, there's an additional influx of light from above. The aspect of listening to the voice of His word. And therefore the main point of the miracle, the main manifestation of the miracle, happened through the high priest. Ki harav shehu tzaddik, because the rabbi, the main rabbi, who is the tzaddik, who is the one who has embodied the absolute righteousness, who has conquered all his evil inclinations, his desires for physicality, his negative character traits. He's conquered that. That's a tzaddik. When that person, and that's the person who should be the Rav. Nowadays, we're so jaded, we're also broken. There's many rabbis out, and they may have a lot of knowledge, but many times if you watch them, and this is also something that we should do, if you want to have a rabbi, how do you know who's your rabbi? Well, don't just listen to him when he tells you some nice things and it makes you feel good. Look at him. How does he eat? Does he maintain simcha, his joy? Does he have gratitude? Is he humble? Can he dance? Is he stand on his I'm too good, I'm too sophisticated to dance, or can he be simple and dance before God? Is he a pashut? Is he a simple person? These are the things you want to look for and to know who to listen to teach, because there are plenty of people who know a lot of Torah, but they're not. The main point of why we're here is we learn Torah and we're doing mitzvah, but the main thing is we want to come to be godly beings. And we want to have a relationship with our Creator, and we want to learn how to manage our own powerful physical urges and to conquer them. And we can't do that if we're going to be attached to people who haven't done this themselves. Or I should say it's much harder. It's not impossible, but it's much harder. It's much easier to do this when we've attached ourselves to a true tzaddik. So the tzaddik is called in the name of Kohen. That's why, so we say, what's the relationship between the high priest and the tzaddik? Because the tzaddik himself is called the aspect of the Kohen. He's considered a priest. As it says, Ki siftei Kohen yishmuru da'at v'torah yivakshu mipihu. Because the lips of the Kohen guard knowledge, and Torah is asked for from his lips. Ki malach Hashem tzvakosu. Because a true tzaddik, a true Rav, a Kohen is like an angel of God, in that the angel, just like an angel has no negative character traits, so too does a tzaddik has conquered all his negative character traits and has no physical urges. That's the true tzaddik. There are tzaddikim who still have a bit of a physical urge but conquer it. That's also a level of tzaddik. But a complete tzaddik is someone who has no physical urges left. And our rabbi said, Im harav domelo malach tzvakos, if the rabbi is like a angel of God, then that's the Kohen hu bechinat chesed, because the Kohen is also an aspect of chesed, is loving kindness, bechinat ahava, the aspect of love, shehu bechinas haTorah sharav megaleh, which is the aspect of the Torah that the rabbi reveals, shehu bechinas ahava. which is love. Ki b'chol haTorah kula milubash avato yitbarach. Because, see, the Torah itself, see, we've talked a little bit about this in the past, we'll talk about it again right now. In order for there to be free choice, the Torah had to be given in such a way so that it was not obvious that it was this great, amazing gift. And that's why there's all this feeling of should and have to and heaviness, and if you don't, you're no good. That type of feeling is associated. That's one side, and there's truth to that. Equally true on the other side is that there's this idea that Hashem gave us the Torah. Shlomo Karlebach said the Torah is like God's love letter to Am Yisrael. It's full of love. It's full of opportunities. God's saying, here I am, I'm hidden, and I'm trying to reveal myself. I'm giving you hints how to find me. And that's the Torah. And so a person who approaches the Torah and keeps it and performs the mitzvah from a place of love and longing and desire actually has an influx and experience of this light, of this love, of this delight, of this bliss that Rabbi Nachman is talking about. The main nullification of evil, the main revelation of Torah, the main falling away of the days of evil is through the tzaddik, the rabbi, the true rabbi of the generation. And we also need to know that there's two aspects to this as well. There's the actual flesh and blood rabbi, who hopefully is the tzaddik, and how do you know? Another way to know if he's a true tzaddik is if he has simple faith and listens to other tzaddikim who have come before him. One of the things that we know is that the definition of faith is in a tzaddik is we're supposed to listen to a tzaddik, and a person who's conquered his traits and he knows the Torah. We're supposed to listen to him even if he tells us right is left and left is right. Until we should have so much faith that we throw away our own thoughts of what we think should be for the sake of revealing the truth of the tzaddik's knowledge. And excuse me one second, I'm sorry. And we want to believe in the tzaddik with simple faith. And so a rabbi of the generation also has to simple faith. Rabbi Nachman made statements about himself which are so challenging, especially, again, coming from a Western viewpoint, the Western world. We want to say, he says, I am the root tzaddik of everybody. I am the one who everybody has to attach themselves. All the tzaddikim are attached through me. Those are very difficult things to say unless you have surrendered and believe in the power of the tzaddik, that the tzaddik only speaks truth, and when he says something about himself, he actually says it from a place of total humility, and all he's doing is saying, this is who I am, that God has created me this way, and this is, I'm telling you this so that you have the opportunity to connect to me, so that you become closer and closer to your Creator. And that's his only desire. He doesn't care about himself. He only cares about that he should help the rest of Am Yisrael come closer and closer to Hashem. And that's what Rabbi Nachman did. Now, somebody who doesn't hold by Rabbi Nachman, I'm sorry to say, it's not, it's something I had to come to myself. And I didn't come to it by just accepting. I prayed and I asked God, please Hashem, I want your truth. This world is called the world of lies. And it's so easy to be attached to lies and not even know it. So if I'm attached to lies, I want to know. I want your truth. I don't want my truth. Please show me. And I'm suggesting and highly recommending that all of my brothers and sisters pray this way. If you're not attached to Rabbi Nachman, if you haven't come in class, if you have trouble with this idea of that Rabbi Nachman's the root tzaddik, and he said so, then pray about it and ask Hashem to fill your heart with the truth and see what you come to. In the meantime, there's this idea that, again, for me, I didn't always have this, and I prayed about it, and this is what I believe now. And anybody who's close to Rabbi Nachman believes this, and that is that anybody who does not accept Rabbi Nachman is not a true tzaddik. You might say, well, there's many ways in Torah, and it's true there are many ways in Torah. But Rabbi Nachman said, in the end of days, this is the path we're going to have to take. And what we need to do is reunify, and we have to believe in and accept and surrender our own thoughts. This is what I think, and say, okay, here's a tzaddik that said, you know what, I'm the root. And he said, even though I think, there's a lot of different tzaddikim and I could be attached, but like the Gemara says, like the sages tell us, that a tzaddik is somebody should listen to, even if he tells us something that we think is wrong. So when Rabbi Nachman says, I am the root tzaddik and everybody is attached to me, we should all be able to be willing to throw away what we think and attached with simplicity and simple faith to the true tzaddik. So if you have a rabbi who doesn't hold by Rabbi Nachman, I highly recommend praying in this way and see what comes, because you may be attached to falsehood without meaning to be. So Rabbi Nachman says we have to be attached to the true tzaddik, and that through this attachment, when a person we can get the power to push down the evil and to experience an influx of tremendous light. Excuse me. So we have to attach to the Rav, the true Rabbi of the generation, which is a flesh and blood rabbi, but it also is Rabbi Nachman, that he's everybody who's and he knows anything about Rabbi Nachman says that when he's talking about the true rabbi of the generation, he's actually talking about himself, even though he left the world. And again, I'll acknowledge that's a tough idea. Pray about it, see what you come to. That he himself, this tzaddik of the generation, merited to come to this experience of bliss, of the experience of love that comes with the knowledge of the oneness, the unity of God, that his God is the controller of everything. Because everything's one. That through the tzad, that by virtue of the tzaddik, that he's a powerful one, that he's conquered his physical inclinations. And through this, his heart is in his own jurisdiction, and he hooks up his heart to his knowledge. And what does that mean? Many of us, if we don't feel happy, well, okay, I'm not happy today. If I'm annoyed, but when we have control of our heart, we choose our emotion. We want to be in the place where we choose our emotion as opposed to the emotion choosing us. Now, in my work as a healing facilitator, I'm a chiropractor that works with something called network spinal analysis, and I actually had this experience through the healing work I had received before I actually saw Rabbi Nachman's teachings. And this is what happens, is that when we are pushing down feelings of shame or fear or anger or despair, things that we don't want to let ourselves feel, then what happens is we close down our hearts from that side, but it also closes down the ability to feel true love, to feel true joy, to feel true gratitude. And every time when we start to open our hearts, the heart is one unit and everything is going through the heart. So if we push down uncomfortable, quote unquote, negative emotions, they're going to start surfacing and we start feeling them. And before we even get to the conscious awareness of them, we're already shutting them down because we have such a strong message that it's forbidden to feel these things. So what happens is we don't let ourselves feel the taste of light until therefore we have to get to this place where we are at peace with all the different attributes. And we know that Hashem is the one who created and instilled in us each of those attributes. Excuse me. So then, once that happens, then our heart is in our power, our jurisdiction to do what we want. Once we have no fear of any emotions, all the emotions can be felt, then we can actually choose which emotions we're going to focus on and allow ourselves to perceive. So the tzaddik, the true rabbi of the generation, has done that. He has his heart completely in his power, and he connects his heart to his knowledge. What is his knowledge? His knowledge is it's all Hashem. It's all one. It's all good. And if a person knew that it was all good and all perfect, how would we feel? Wouldn't we feel joy? Wouldn't we feel love? Wouldn't we feel gratitude? So that's why what happens when a person hooks his heart to the knowledge, then that's what's in the heart is a tremendous joy, is a tremendous sense of love, is a tremendous sense of light. And through this he merited that he received all his character traits in his heart, receives and is infused by the light of love of Da'at, of knowledge of God's unity. Excuse me. So he merits to have this love that comes from knowing that everything is one unified revelation of God's will. And through this specifically, he's able to push down the evil and to reveal the good. And because he has this illumination in his heart, this sense of love, the taste of love, the taste of the light of love, of knowledge of God's unity. That each place he looks, evil falls away, and the good that's at the root of everything is revealed. Because evil falls away in front of him. Because the main power of evil to grasp and to cover the light is only down below in this physical world. Bismanu v'midot, which happens within the context of time and within the context of the character traits. That's where the power of evil manifests, within physicality, within our human tendencies. And in this world, we have good days and evil days. And that's why the evil forces have the grasp in that place. But above, in the place where there's only the knowledge of God and the love and the experience of the love of God, which is also the aspect of the hidden parts of Torah, Sham ein lahem shum mechiza klal. In that place above, in the place where there's a full revelation of godliness, the evil has no way to grasp on, no way to cover it over. And the main grasp evil has is below in this world, God forbid. And they only has the grasp when we're not connecting our experience of love within time. We experience when you love something in time. In other words, when you love a person, or when you love an experience within this physical world, what we need to do is connect that up to the source of the knowledge that experience of love is none other than the experience of the creation of our Creator that created this experience. And it seems like we're having it through this interrelationship with this person, or this experience of water skiing, jet skiing, or a football game, or whatever it is that we experience this wonderful feeling. When the forces of evil grasp, we think it's the football game, we think it's the good food of the restaurant. When we're in the place of da'at, we know that this good feeling is a reflection of the true good feeling that there is in the world above, and we do not ascribe it to the experience itself, but rather we know that the experience was a vessel or a garment for our experience of God's love. And through not overcoming these powers of the heart to be pulled into physicality, when our heart isn't in our own jurisdiction, but if we go after our heart feels a certain thing, it pulls us, I want this, I want physicality, I want food, I want to play games, I want whatever it is that the heart's pulling us towards. When we don't have our heart in our own jurisdiction, when we're not connecting our heart to our dad, of our knowledge of Hashem, he's in the aspect of separation, that from the power, that the powers of the physicality cause him to separate and become attached to them, and he's disconnected from the source of love, and he feels connected to his desires within the context of time. Bechinat Yemei Tov mehava shebedat. And so then, therefore, the powers of evil strengthen and pull a person more and more into physicality, thinking that the source of their joy, the source of their love, the source of their feeling good comes from physicality, God forbid. But the tzaddik that completely nullified his evil, that has merited, that he has completely connected himself to the days of good, to the source of good within days, the love that's within days, that to experience that whatever we experience within this physical world, that experience of good, that experience of love, again, is from the Creator and not from the physicality itself. Then the evil has no ability to pull him. Therefore, then, with such a person, evil falls away from him. Because the evil has no grasp in the place of ahava shebedat, love that comes from the knowledge of the oneness of God. And even the love that happens, that we want things within time, that we love within the physical world, people or experiences, even that love itself cannot be pulled. We cannot be pulled our awareness into thinking that the physicality is causing this good feeling, but rather we realize that this physicality, that the good feeling we're having from it, is only because of the influx of light that God is sending into that to us through this aspect of physicality. ועל כן תקף שצדיק האמת מכניע אצל הרשעים המהרה בכל כל גדול ומגיע לבחינת ימי טוב. Therefore, when the tzaddik does this, he pushes down the evil and reveals the good and the aspects of the good days. נתווסף בהם מיד אור רב מלעלה. And so therefore there's a great influx of light from above. וזהו בעצמו בחינת אור האהבה שבדעת שנתגלה על ידי הצדיק האמת שהוא אור רב מלעלה, כי משם עיקר האור. כי תקף כשהצדיק מתנע לימי רע ומגלה ימי טוב, אזי נתקשר תקף הטוב שהיא בחינת האהבה שבעמים עם שורשו. So therefore when the tzaddik does this, when he reveals the goodness within the days, within the human traits, within the human condition, then there's an influx of light, because that we experience these experiences that Hashem created for us. He created this world for that we would enjoy the goodness of forever, but we put it within the context of the darkness so that we can appreciate the opposite. And so when we experience the opposite, the physicality, and we remember where its source, then there's a tremendous influx of light that illuminates far beyond what we could imagine. Im shorsho, which is the root of all the experience of love and light, shuhu ahava shebedat, love, which is the love that's rooted in knowledge of the oneness of God, sha'al yedei zeh nitbatla achizat hachitzonim legamre, that the complete nullification of the grasp of evil forces, v'zeh ba'atzmo b'chinat or rav mil'ela, and this itself is the aspect of the influx of the revelation of a great light from above. I bless us to be able to remember that no matter what is happening, that every experience we have in this physical world that's pleasurable is only pleasurable because it's filled with light from the desire of God, of Hashem, of our Creator, to give us that. And we should be able to remember that and support and remind each other of that place, so that even when things are uncomfortable, we'll still be able to maintain our levels of joy and delight, and we'll be able to shine the light of Chanukah. Amen.